bacon, caramel. Hi, I'm Juanita. Today I'm going to show you how to make canna brownies. These are wonderful brownies made with pecans, bacon, caramel, and of course a lot of chocolate, and canna-butter. So they're very, very tasty. They're also a good munchie too. I have 6 pieces of thick bacon that I'm going to cook in the air fryer, 400 degrees, and for about 10 minutes, and I'll check it. The bacon is all done. It cooked in about 10 minutes. I'm going to get the grease off of it and let it cool off a bit. I'm just putting it on a plate right now. Move it over just a bit so you can see what I'm up to. Okay. So, what I have here, bacon, which I'm going to cut up. I have some chunks of caramel, which I've been cutting into quarters. I'm going to drop these into the brownies. Just like that. Simple, simple, simple. Even if you drop them in the pecans, no one cares. And I have, this is about a cup of pecans. Canna-butter. I have a half a cup of chocolate chips. I've got a packet of this wonderful instant coffee called Death Wish. It's strong. I have a package of brownie mix. And I'm going to put in 1/3 of a cup of this coffee mate. I'm preheating my oven to 325. I'm going to prep my pan. I'm using an 8x8 cooking dish, and I'm going to put parchment paper at the bottom and spray it. And then I believe this is all that's going to go into it, if I remembered everything correctly. Oh, also a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm not putting any salt because these pecans are roasted and salted. So I'm going to chop these up, cut these into quarters, drop the canna-butter and the chocolate chips into the batter. And well, I'm going to put it in through the microwave first and melt everything down and stir it up. The oven has heated up to 325. I semi-prepped my pan. This is some parchment paper I'm just putting in the bottom, and I'm getting ready to spray the parchment paper and the sides of the pan with this. Let me get away from the camera before I do that. Okay. Done and done. To start off, the canna-butter was room temperature and real soft. So I melted the half a cup of chocolate chips, and that is what I've got right here. So next I'm going to add, I forgot to tell you, you need an egg for this too. The egg. And I want to add my Death Wish coffee, instant coffee, nice and strong. I'm just going to add the whole thing. A teaspoon of vanilla. Oops, or more. That's not going to hurt anything. The more vanilla, the better. And this is a 1/3 of a cup of my coffee mate. It doesn't really matter what coffee mate you use. I have several in my fridge, but this is the one I picked. The batch I made last night, that turned out really, really well. And kind of mix that up too. And then you can also choose any brownie mix that you like. You don't have to pick any specific one. Although I've heard that the Ghirardelli is the best. So you can go that route too. You mix that up. I'm going to put in about 1/2 of the 1 cup of pecans. I'm just reserving a few to go on top. I'm also going to take a few chunks of my cut up bacon and stick this in here. Again, I'm reserving that for the top as well. And I'm going to sprinkle in some of my caramels. Let me stir this up a little bit and I'll put the rest in. I'm going to add the remainder of my caramels. This is going to be so sweet. This is a really good munchy snack too. So you can do however you like. Either add a regular stick of butter. It's got to be unsalted. And replace the canna-butter. Or you can mix it with canna-butter, whichever you prefer. Okay, this is ready to go into the pan. Let's get this in the baking dish. It's going to be real stiff, real thick. It's just the way it's going to be. Once I get this all spread out, then I'll put the toppings on and it's ready to go into the oven. I try to get it all the way to the edges so that it'll be more of a square. That parchment paper does slide around. I've got a lot of that cooking spray in here too. Do the best you can do. You know you can do this. It's so easy. I'll see if I can get every little bit out of the bowl here. You don't check for doneness at the end of the 40 minutes. You just take it out of the oven and let it cool off. It's going to be really fudgy, really moist. I'll show you the ones that I cooked last night. They're really good. They're hard to stop eating. And if you've got the munchies, you could probably finish off an entire casserole dish like this by yourself. That's the scary part. And without all the extras I put in here, the ones I made last night, in this same dish, you've got 16 servings. And each serving is 190 calories. But don't let that stop you from enjoying these. We've all got to have those times when we just do what we want to do, right? Okay, as long as we have an understanding. So you just leave it in the oven. 20 minutes into your 40 minutes of cooking, I rotate it, make sure that everything's cooking like it should. Close your door, wait another 20 minutes, and then come back and pull them out of the oven and let them cool. Okay? Now, I'm going to go with bacon. Shouldn't be crossing in front of you like this. Let me do it this way. And then the remainder of your pecans. So it's a half a cup for the creamer, whichever creamer you pick, a cup total for the bacon and the pecans, and I will write out everything for you on this recipe, and how much of everything you'll find below the video. Okay, this is going into the oven. The brownies are done. I just took them out of the oven. This is a thing of beauty. I just need to let it cool off and then I can cut it up and we can try it. So here it is. And there's the top. You can put a little sprinkle of the special salt, like the flake salt. Let's give it a try. Oh. It's good. I got a piece of caramel. This would also taste good warmed up. It's good. I better not eat the whole thing. I won't be able to stay up and do what I need to do. Okay. So, if you like my video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to leave a comment or ask a question, do that too. Subscribe and set up your notifications so you know when I'm releasing another video. Love y'all. Bye. This is my review about my brownies. In the center of my brownies, I found that it didn't really firm up. This is a little bit chewy and gooey, but even though it didn't firm up, it's really good. The other thing I would change, I wouldn't put the caramels in. They seem to be kind of big and chewy. I mean, if you like caramels that are big and chewy, I don't know if they swelled up when I cooked them or what, but they were cut in quarters. You might want to go ahead and throw in some caramel chips instead that would do a little bit of melting, so you don't have to battle with something like a caramel piece of caramel. And otherwise, I wouldn't bake it anymore because this is actually good. I just go ahead and put it in the fridge and let it firm up more, and then go ahead and cut it up. This would be good in a bowl with a heaping scoop of vanilla ice cream and maybe some cream on top. Don't listen to me, I'll make you fat. Anyway, this is where we're at, and like I say, it tastes cooked. It's just extra gooey in the center. It's not drippy gooey, but it's just a lot more gooey and chewy. Okay, you guys have a nice evening. Bye.